Figured if I'm going to offend people, I should probably offend them downright good. And here we go. So enjoy this and wait for the video or the comments at the end.
Hey, so I've been in this shop pretty much all afternoon. It's 6 o'clock. I started work this morning at 3:30 a.m. Yes, I guess it would be before Ferret-Faced Phil Murphy's curfew. That communist piece of shit. I'm not paying any attention to that. If he thinks he's going to stop me from working, he can just kiss my dog's balls and lick his asshole too. I really hate that guy. I have no use for our governor. But anyways, enough of the foul language and the fun stuff. I'm going to show you what we're doing. Have pulled the meters apart, okay? We have some fun stuff that's going on here. Now, these are precision backing plates. These here. This is the population max. No. This is, what is it? Skip stop. No, not skip stop. Precision backing plate. Precision fingers. And it does not have the precision belts. But I do believe that these meters have been through a shop. Now, this backing plate is a standard steel backing plate, and the difference is, well, there's a few differences in them. Okay, so there's a cam that's in the back of this thing that these, well, there's a cam in there that these follow, and they're on springs, and you have to check them, each and every one, so that the springs are correct, that there's no bent fingers on here. And these are the precision fingers, the precision backing plate. But when you get to this one, it's the standard backing plate, and it has standard fingers. There's nothing special about them. The difference is, if you can see, right here at the tip, they have a more of a curved tip, and it's narrow. And when you get over here, it's more of a square finger, and it's wider, and it will grab those kernels of corn just fine. Brushes. These are adjustable brushes. They're shot. Just throw them away. Every year, throw them away. Get new ones. These are the adjustable ones. I have never had any luck with the adjustable ones. I personally don't like them because in order to set that up properly, those brushes up, this thing has to be on a bench, and you have to actually have a basically a timing light to adjust those brushes right. If you do get some doubles, the brushes knock off doubles. So we're working on this thing, right? And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. This thing turns really easy. I mean, really easy. Not bad at all, right? Except it's a little rusty there. There's no belt. There's no belt. So what I did was, we've gone through every single one of them, and anything that has the standard John Deere or cheap Shoop backing is getting replaced with a precision meters, precision planting. If you don't know what precision planting is and you're planting corn, go look them up. It's really good. I've used them in the past. I have grown corn in the past. For the people that don't believe that I know how to grow corn, I know how to grow corn, and I've used these meters, and I know how to adjust all this stuff. It drives you nuts, the things that I know in my skull. So anyways, we get on to this one, and this one has the standard old style, that's a big hole, and it has just a standard, I don't even know who makes this. It's not John Deere. I don't even know what the hell they were planting, but look at this kernel of corn. It's just useless. Yeah, I don't even know who made this particular one. I don't like these, so I'm replacing that finger unit, and I'm replacing this backing. These finger units are all good. These have been through a shop. You see that number there? So this has been through a shop at some point where they made adjustments to it to make it more accurate. So yeah, that's good. That's another standard. Okay, so here's a backing plate. But this backing plate has a different style hole into it. Now the whole reason, but it's worn. I can see that it's worn to the point where it's actually almost getting sharp. So this is a softer material. The precision planting is a Kevlar piece with a stainless steel insert. They're slipperier. They claim no graphite needed in a precision meter, even though I would use it anyway. But they changed the hole design here. This is what they came up with later, and there you go. One of these meters, I gotta figure it out which one it is. Is it this one? It is this one. Watch this. Okay, so we got a precision meter, and somebody was told to change the belt, right? Well, when they changed the belt, they put the belt in backwards. You know, that is backwards. It's supposed to carry the seed down the belt. And so that belt was put in backwards. It is used, they used it backwards. So that row unit was probably planting like shit. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I never put them in backwards. I remember replacing one that was put in backwards by my uncle, but that was years ago. So here's another one. This is actually a John Deere belt that they put in. Okay, and that's put in correctly. So as they come down, they actually release the seed. Now, when you go with the precision meter is a cupped belt. So when that seed comes into that belt, it's carried down and it lays right in the center of the belt. Can't lay to the right or to the left. It's right in the center. So when it drops into the tube, this guy right here, it'll drop into the tube, and you can see light down at the other end. It drops in the center of the tube, so then, and then it falls straight down, and then it hits right about here is where it hits, and then it's carried out. Well, this is a non-precision tube. This has a Dickie John monitor pickup on it, but this tube is no good. It's broken off in two places. It's broke here, and it's broke there. So if that seed was to come out of the bottom of this thing, it could come off to the side and actually skip out of the slot before the Keaton seed firmer can firm it down into the ground. So these all have to be replaced. Now, I've ordered them. I'm getting them from Shoop's. What are they, 16 bucks a piece or so? They're not cheap. I mean, nothing's cheap when you're buying stuff, but you know, it's good if you. And I love these, but they're expensive. They're like 50 bucks a piece, and I need 12 of them. I'm not paying 600 bucks for that. I'll just use a regular one. And all that does is a guard that goes on behind. Now here's something for you guys that are putting Keaton seed firmers on. Don't over tighten your clamp. Because if you over tighten your clamp, if you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it creates a dent in there. And then what happens is, as your seed is traveling down, it hits that bump and it'll come out here and it'll just totally miss the V, and your Keaton seed firmer won't firm it into the ground. So you got that issue. So when you're putting these on, I would recommend you use just a... Okay, so here's the parts. New parts. New bits and pieces. Yes. And I thought I had ordered a couple more of these closing wheels, but these son of a bitches are expensive. Normally I would just buy the tires and the bearings. They're pretty easy to deal with. But I do have an issue with two things. These here, they're for a disc harrow. I did not order those. I don't know why they're here. I ordered the hexagon, 9/16 hexagon shaft, and someone's got their order screwed up. This is what I ordered. So I'm gonna have to get on to them for that. And whatever else I got here, the openers, they gave me an extra opener, so I'll have to talk to them about that. I did get the springs, the dog leg, the scrapers for the openers. I got the rest of these. Gotta make sure there's 10 of them in there. Of course, these springs. These are precision backings. These are the ones that I like to use, and I have used. And those, there were 5 of these things that were missing, so I got that to deal with. These are all new chains for the whole thing. These are the upper bars. These guys guys here, you know, these are for the closing wheels, and then these are wrong. These are wrong. These bushings are wrong. Just a few bearings, and I've got a lot of those. These are the new hub drives for the 4 wheels that are there. Of course, I got a few Keaton seed firmers because I think I got 2 of them. Seed belts, very important. Seed belts. Ugh, let me get this together here so y'all can see. All right, so these seed belts, these are the precision planting seed belts, and the originals from like John Deere or even Kinsey are flat straight across, whereas these are cupped. I don't know, I'm hoping you can see that. They're cupped to cradle the seed in the center so that when it goes down the down tube or the drop tube, it centers in the drop tube there so that it doesn't rattle its way down. It just falls straight down in and out the bottom. And these are Precision Ag's or Precision Plantings drop tubes. They are rounded in the bottom, so they're there as well. What else do I have in here? Rollers, drives, cogs. These are the maroon brushes for the Precision Planting meter. I like the maroon brush over the adjustable brush because the adjustable brush that is on here, I'm going to show you. This is the adjustable brush, okay? So there's like 3 positions with that thing. And if you don't, I'd rather just have it fixed instead of having the adjustable, because how the hell do you know what position to put it in or what position it's supposed to be in? So you got position 1, 2, and 3, and which is close to the back plate, middle, and then out far. One is for extremely small seed, one is for average size seed, and the other one is for large seed. Well, I don't know. I've used these in the past and just didn't think that they were, well, they weren't worth anything. And they're $10 a piece, and I can get a package of 2 for $5 a piece. So that's what I did. I got 12 of those, and I will be replacing the adjustable ones with the maroon ones because I need those. I just think it'd be better to have it because I'm going to be planting different varieties. So when you plant different varieties, sometimes the seed size is bigger than others, and then in order for it to work properly, the adjustable ones, you actually have to change the seed size, which is no big deal. They were supposed to, normally they'll send you a tool to turn it. It's like a screwdriver, but it's not. It's like this T-bar kind of a thing. And I don't know where mine is, but it doesn't even matter because I'm removing those. I'm going to put the maroon ones in. I have tires. These are bolts. Got all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, these are the new seed drives for the seed boxes. There's a transmission there. That is the engage and disengage deal, because those go bad. They actually get sharp edges on them and they'll catch, and that's when you start breaking stuff like axle shafts. And these axle shafts, they're $200 a piece or so, a little over $200 a piece. You have a right and a left. And fortunately enough, this was a rigid, so I got the right ones. But these axles here, I don't know. They don't cost a lot, but I didn't buy them. I didn't want them. They sent them to me, so I got to deal with that. So I guess what we're going to do, well, of course I've got all new closing wheel arms. That there annoyed me. More than anything, this just annoyed me. I did not have to buy this, but over on this end, and I will show you, they cut it off with a torch, right? They just chopped it off, which I found to be rather annoying. I like things to be symmetrical. I like them to be symmetrical, and because it's my corn planter, I want it to be symmetrical. So that's why I bought that. I bought upper control arms, and I bought, are those the uppers or are they the lowers? They're the lower control arms. What's kind of weird is, no, that's all right. Those are the lowers. The uppers are the ones with the springs. Yeah, the uppers are the ones with the springs. They're the two-piece. I bought those bars as well. They're hidden in here. Here they are. I know that I have these someplace. I know I have a few of them someplace. I don't know. I would have only bought probably 8 of them in total. But I think I did use them. The seed belts are very important. These, if anything, if you do nothing to your corn planter from year to year other than grease it and go to the field, I urge you to change these seed belts. The chemicals that are on the seed corn actually destroy the plastic or the silicone rubber or whatever the hell it is. It's poly. It destroys it. The other thing that I did buy was seed opener scrapers, because they were all no good. So, and these are to replace the missing. These are to replace the missing drive pulley hole. These are for the drive chains. This holds the pulleys. This holds the little plastic pulleys in place. And of course, these are the adjustable closing wheel bushings. I'm glad I got those. What else we got in here? Obviously, closing wheel bushing, or the bushings are the wheels there. I have hexagon, 9/16 hexagon couplers. So if I do break one, I can just put them in there and get right back in the field pretty quick. And of course, I have the bushings that go in to the upper and lower control arms. And what else do I have? It's got all kinds of stuff in here. Cotter pins, just assortments of different things. So I need to get my paperwork together because I know I'm missing. I bought 3 lids because I had 3 bad lids, and I bought 2 closing wheels because I know I have 2 of them that are messed up. I do have others, and I can rob them off the other corn planter. But other than that, the only thing I really got screwed up is right there in those pieces there. I did buy a book that has some parts for this corn planter. When they put these front fold or these wing fold hinges on here, they took parts from another John Deere corn planter and they added them to this corn planter. And in order to get the parts that I need for this corn planter, for this corn planter, I had to buy that book, and I'm going to have to buy a 12-row rigid 7,000 rigid book so I can get parts for that, like hydraulic cylinder overhaul kits and other things like that. In that drawn corn planter, this particular hydraulic cylinder and apparatus is only in that book, so I had to deal with that. So when they did those hinges, the company that built those hinges, and I'm not entirely sure who it was, whether it was Meter or Kinzenbo or whoever the hell it was, or Kinsey. I don't think Kinsey did that, but they had to get the certain parts that they needed to make this function correctly, like that guy right there. And if that guy right there wasn't right, it didn't function correctly. So I got from John Deere. I went ahead and bought that from John Deere. Now John Deere has made that about twice as thick as it was originally. And they changed it. They made it so that it has a round hole instead of a 9/16 square or 9/16 hexagon. So I have to make a pipe system to make that work, because that one's bad. So anyway, they're working on this spreader. We're gonna have, they're looking for rusted out junk, and there's holes in the bottom?
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, holes don't concern me too god awful bad. It's just structural, like on the outer frames and the corners and other things. I mean, how bad are those holes?
6 inches long.
Holy fuck. Alright, well we might have to put some angle iron under there. And we're gonna do some, I gotta get parts. And most of my part problems are right here. Like this system right here needs to be worked on. The drive system, that spool needs to be replaced. 4 springs, hangers, and bolts. That needs to be replaced. And we should be okay.
Jonathan Rudd, do you have any knowledge about Minneapolis Moline tractors or white tractors? I'd have to say very limited. The only thing I know about a mini mow is the 670 diesel. It was a 4-cylinder, like an 80 or 90 horsepower tractor, and they are rattle boxes. That's about it. THR8061. They're not yet row cleaners. They're Martin row cleaners. You can get those through Shoop or even through Martin. Vanilla Kung. I see you're still using WD-40 stuff. Good stuff. It works okay. I don't really have a preference in any of that stuff. So, there you go. They're all panther piss, if you ask me. Hey Begone is telling me that YouTube has suggested that he watches my older 2010-2011 corn harvest videos. Been a long while. It has brought up any of your old content. So that's a good thing. I'm moving up in the ranks. Moving up in the ranks. John Rankin, you are a happier man since you started talking about the comments. I love your new format. Well, thank you. I actually do feel a lot happier doing YouTube by doing it this way. It seems to just relieve a lot of stress, and yeah, I get to focus and talk to my everyday lovely subscribers. They get to see my lovely little boy here. Even though he needs a haircut. He needs a haircut. Tractor Freak, he says, enjoy all the chatter, but let's fix some shit. We will do that. Next video, tomorrow, you're going to watch me and Joseph rebuild the meters and put in new parts and explain why you should and what you should purchase, in my opinion. Massey Man with a space, I won't block you unless you're the same guy just opening another account. We'll see. We'll see. Alex Payne asks, are you going to try to retrofit markers or use guidance? Doesn't look like a marker-friendly toolbar. No, it will. I have GPS guidance. I've used it for planting corn since about 2006, 2007. It's a Trimble unit. It says Case on it, but that's who they used. And I will continue to use that. I just got to get it measured out and get it set up correctly. And Mr. William is making piggy noise. Piggy noises. Andy Bozek, who will move your hay when working in the South? Well, I've got a little bit of a problem. My problem is that they just shut us down. Coronavirus has now taken us out for hauling into mushroom barns, so I just got a 2-week unpaid vacation, and I will throw some dollar signs out there. I generally produce between $13,000 and $15,000 a week. That's what my checks are generally, and that's going to be a $30,000 kick in the teeth, which will cause major problems, havoc throughout the business. So we have to, we got to address that. But the good thing is that we're like 90 days out with the one mushroom barn, so those checks will continue to come in, and you know, I should be okay. I should be okay, because in that 90 days, I'll be down south baling fodder. Not fodder, wheat straw. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.